What's up everybody, once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Ocarina of Time 3D. In the last episode, we crossed Haunted Wastelands and ended up here, in the Desert Colossus. We also went to the Spirit Temple for a short amount of time, to only find out that we couldn't do anything in there as adult Link. But before we travel back in time to become young Link, there's a few things that I want to collect here in the Colossus. The first of which is right between these two palm trees. There's a cracked wall right here, so if we drop a bomb, we can blow it up and then go on inside. What's inside? Well, it's actually a Great Fairies Fountain, so let's just go and play Zelda's Lullaby real quick and see what this fairy will give us. You know, Great Fairy, I can't really say that I missed you. I'm sorry. It's just the way that it is. Welcome, Link. I'm the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. And with that, we've got Nayru's Love. Cast this to create a powerful protective barrier. It's a defensive magic and we can use it with buttons. Nayru's Love is in effect for only a limited time, so use it carefully. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. We probably won't. But anyways, like the description said, Nayru's Love basically creates a shield around us for a short amount of time and a little bit of magic power. It'll become really useful in the later areas of this game. Now, there's one more Skulltula that I want to get. It'll appear on top of this rock once it hits nighttime. You know what? I'm just going to play the sun song to speed it up. I really don't want to wait. Especially with all these levers around, man. Freaking levers. The worst part about levers is they don't just attack you. They attack you, and then they run away from you. And, like, it makes them super annoying. Now, there's, like, an area that you can stand, and if you, like, I think it's right here, actually. There's, like, an area you can stand where the levers will just stop attacking you for a long enough time, and they will allow you to actually get this Skulltula. But it looks like we're not having too much luck finding that spot. Now, eventually if you kill enough of these levers, a purple lever will appear, and if you kill that lever, I think most of them stop spawning for, again, a short amount of time. But I think we should be safe enough to get the Skulltula. Come on, there we go. Now that we got it, I'm gonna get out of here. What we need to do is go over, actually we can just do it anywhere, but we need to play the Prelude of Light, teleport back to the Temple of Time, become young Link, and then we can play the Requiem of Spirit to travel back to the Colossus as a child, and then we can start the Spirit Temple. So, I'm gonna do that, and I'll meet you guys back here. Alright, so now that we're back as young Link, we are ready to start the next temple. However, there's one more thing that I want to do. Don't worry, it won't take too much time. Plus, we'll get a gold Skulltula from it and set up a way for us to get the last heart piece. But right off to the left of the entrance to the Spirit Temple, there's actually a soft soil spot in the desert. So, if we just get our bugs out and our magic beans, we can plant ourselves a beanstalk, which will allow us to get the heart piece. And if we drop our bugs, we will get a Skulltula. So let's just do both of those. And give me my Skulltula, please. This is the last time that we actually need to use bugs. So that'll free up another empty bottle for us, which I'll probably fill up with either a fairy or a potion for the last area of the game. But there we go. We got ourselves our Skulltula. Let's go and plant the beans. And now we can enter the temple. See, told you it wouldn't take too long. Once inside the temple, I actually want to go and look at these two cobra statues. This one says if you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child. There's also one on the opposite side, so let's read that one as well. And it says if you want to travel into the future, you should return here with the power of silver from the past. That's basically just telling you that you need to be Child Link to start this temple. So if we go over to where that hole was, hey, check it out, there's a new character here, so let's talk to her. I haven't seen you around, kid. What do you want? Well, we're actually looking for sages. A sage? I don't know anyone like that. Alright, well, let's just say we're looking to see the temple. Why not? We're explorers. You're just a kid. The temple is no place for kids. Alright, well, there's only one other option we can choose, so nothing really. You have nothing to do? Well, good timing. Can you do me a favor, kid? Wait a second. I want to ask you first. You wouldn't have to be one of Ganondorf's followers, would you? No way, we hate Ganondorf. Aha! You've got guts. I think I like you. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Nayru of the Gerudo. I'm a lone wolf thief. But don't get me wrong. Though we're both thieves, I'm completely different from Ganondorf. With his followers, he stole from women and children, and he even killed people. A kid like you may not know this, but the Gerudo race consists only of women. Only one man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that the lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. By the way, what's your name, kid? Link? What kind of name is that? Well, anyway, I want to ask you a favor. Will you go through this tiny hole and get a treasure that's inside? The treasure is the silver gauntlets. If you equip them, you can easily push and pull very heavy things. No, kid, don't even think about taking this treasure for yourself. The silver gauntlets won't fit a little kid like you if you try to equip them. I want you to be a good boy and give them to me. Ganondorf and his minions are using the Spirit Temple as a hideout. Only the silver gauntlets will allow me to sneak deep into the temple. Once there, I'm going to steal all the treasure inside and mess up their plans. How about it? Will you do it? Yeah, alright, fine. We got nothing better to do. Thanks, kid. You and I, let's give Ganondorf and his followers a big surprise, shall we? If you can successfully get the silver gauntlets, I'll do something great for you. Well, alright then, that sounds like a plan. Let's go. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Spirit Temple is basically broken up into two halves, the child half and the adult half. Now, the child half of the temple is very, very linear, similar to how all the child temples were, so it shouldn't take us too long to get through here. Now, in this first room, we need to take out all the enemies, so let me get my bombs real quick, that way we can blow up this middle statue. And then there's these two keys on the back wall, so we'll make quick work of them. And killing all the enemies in this room will unlock the doors. Now, you'll notice there are 3 paths. What you're going to want to do is go through the leftmost door. This will actually circle around to the right door. But in here, we gotta fight a Stalfos as young Link. Surprisingly, not that hard if you get into this pattern right here where you're sort of ducking as he's attacking. It's actually really, really easy. It's like a lot easier than adult Link. Either that or that Stalfos was just really, really dumb. Anyways, let's try and take out this bubble. What I like to do is stun him with my boomerang like that, and then take him out with my slingshot. Now, there's a switch on the other side, so let's hit that with our boomerang. That'll lower the bridge, and we can go to the other side. Now, this chest right here, I believe, just has, like, rupees in it. Yep, so nothing else to do in this room, so let's move on to the next. Now, there's a new enemy in this room. This guy is called an Anubis. Basically, what he does is, besides shoot fire at you, he will actually, go opposite of your movements. So, I think what they intended for you to do is go to the other side over there, then hit this crystal switch with your slingshot, and then by then the Anubis would have moved into, like, a ring of fire that appears once you hit that crystal switch. But instead, what I like to do is just activate Din's Fire right here, and that'll kill off the Anubis in one hit. It's so much quicker and so much easier than just going through all that work just to light him on fire with the crystal switch. And in this next room, oh, we got some wall masters. We also got 5 silver rupees that we need to collect, so you know what? I'm actually going to get rid of this wall master real quick. I don't want him looming over my head. Quite literally, see what I did there? That was pretty good, huh? Alright, so let's get rid of this guy, and then we'll go and collect these 5 silver rupees. It kind of stinks that we have to use our Kokiri sword again, just because of how less powerful it is than the big Goron sword, but whatever. So there's one more rupee up here, and then there's one directly behind me by a torch. So let's just go and... Does Skulltula on the other side just hurt me? Apparently that's a thing. Alright, so on the other side, well, yeah, there's a gold Skulltula, but there's also a bunch of keys, so let's get rid of all of these guys real quick. And now we'll just go over and grab that gold Skulltula. I probably should use my slingshot for this, but whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. There's also 2 unlit torches. Now, you could go to the other side and use a Deku Stick, but I already have Din's Fire out, so why not? It'll save me a little bit of time anyways. But that'll cause that chest to appear on the other side, and inside that chest is something very important. It's none other than a small key. Now, the reason we need this small key was because once we enter this door right here, it'll actually lead us back to the room that we originally came from. And through this central hole is actually a locked door. So yeah, we did all that for one small key. So much work, but it's worth it. I don't know about you guys, but I do really like the Spirit Temple, just for the fact that you get to use both Young Link and Adult Link. Now, there's another gold Skulltula right in this room right up there, so let's just take him out real quick. And unfortunately, we are going to have to go all the way to the top to actually collect him. So let's get up there. Now, this is actually another interesting room. I'll explain why it's interesting after we pick up the Skulltula, so let's just do that real quick. Now, this room is actually the only room in the game where they actually want you to use bomb chews. Yeah, remember that item that we picked up very early on in the game? Well, if you didn't get it then or anywhere else, you can actually get them from this chest right here. And you actually do kind of need them in this room. You could probably do it with the regular bombs, I'm not entirely sure, but they really do want you to use bomb chews. So there's this weird, like, sun face thing on the floor right here, and there's also a bunch of Skulltulas on this rock wall. Now, we can actually use our bomb chews to break through the rock wall. So if you just sort of like plant it on the ground in front of you, it'll basically just go up and blow up the rock wall. Let the sun hit that creepy looking switch and it'll open the door. That's like the one and only time that you really need to use bomb chews. It's so weird. Anyways, in this room, this is like the only room that you enter as both Young and Adult Link, but you want to push that statue down. It's very important. That'll unlock the door up there. Now, another thing you can do in this room as Young Link or Adult Link, it doesn't really matter. You can go to this central pedestal right here, and right in the middle, if we activate Din's Fire, we can light these surrounding torches, which will cause a big chest to appear, and this will contain one of the generic temple items. And it is none other than the dungeon map. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, like, which link you go to get this item from. You can do it either or, really. I just like to get it as Young Link because you're there. But you know what? There's still a little bit more to do as Young Link in this temple, but I think I'm going to save that for the next episode. So once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.